Hi guys, and welcome to another lesson on acids and bases. Today we are specifically going to be looking at hydrolysis. Okay, so what is hydrolysis? It's the reaction of a salt with water. So the salt we are referring to is a substance in which the hydrogen of an acid has been replaced by a cation. So in other words, let's say I have hydrochloric acid and I replace the hydrogen with an ammonium, then then I have a salt. So what happens is if I place the salt in water, it forms either an acidic, alkali, or a neutral solution. And that acidity is dependent on the relative strength of the acid and the base that is in my salt. So I'm going to show you how to split it up now. But our rules for hydrolysis still apply. We looked at these rules in the video on titration. So if you haven't watched that video, please go have a look at that one. And the same rules apply. If I have a strong acid and a strong base, I will have a neutral solution. If I have a weak acid and a weak base, I will have a neutral solution. If I have a strong acid and a weak base, I will have an acidic solution. If I have a strong base and a weak acid, I will have an alkali solution. So remember these rules, but sometimes the hydrolysis part can be very, very confusing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to split up your salt into the acid and base, and then how to determine whether it will form an acidic or neutral or whatever solution. Okay, so let's say they give you the salt that is going to react with water, and they ask you what solution is it going to be. Is it acidic, neutral, or an alkali solution? So what you're going to do is we said that a salt was an acid that we replaced the hydrogen with a cation. So we're going to split it up again. So your salt will always consist of a cation and an anion. So we're going to split them up. So this was my original cation, and this was my original anion. And now I have to apply my rules for hydrolysis, which is I need to know, is it a strong acid and a strong base, or a weak acid and a weak base? But these aren't one of my common acids and bases that I actually know. So I can't say this is a strong acid or this is a strong base. So what you're going to do is you're going to reverse it and into the conjugate acid-base pair. So this, you're going to determine which one is your acid and which one is your base. This one has to be my base because it can't donate. It has nothing to give. So this has to be my base, which is my receiver. Which means that, and this one has to be my acid then. It can't get another hydrogen, but it can donate a hydrogen. And then you're going to reverse it back, so into its conjugate acid and base pairs. So if this is an acid, then the original was a base. All you have to do is, it can act as an acid. You give away one of its hydrogens and you get ammonia. And this one again is a base, which means that if I wanted to see what its conjugate acid's going to be, I just receive a hydrogen. So it would have been HCl. So this is my, if this was my acid, this is going to be my conjugate base. And if this is my base, then this is my conjugate acid. And these two I actually know. So now if you've determined the conjugate acid base, acid and base, you can determine whether those are strong or weak acids and bases. So this one I know is a weak base. And the rule is that if the conjugate is weak, the other one has to be strong. So if this was a weak base, this would have been a strong acid. And And similarly, this one, my hydrochloric acid, I know to be a strong acid, which means that its conjugate would have been a weak base. So now I use my rules to determine whether this is going to be an acidic or alkali or neutral solution. So I have a strong acid and a weak base, which means that if my salt reacts with water, it's going to have cause an acidic solution. Okay, so those are your steps. You split it up into the cation and the anion. You work out what its conjugate acids and bases are. You determine whether the conjugate base and the conjugate acid are strong or weak acids or bases, and then the reverse is true for the original acid and base, and then you just apply your hydrolysis rules. And there you have it, hydrolysis in a nutshell.